It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Taking a look at the Lakers, they are hungry for a win here. Last season they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
Yep.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer on our sideline, David Aldridge, and our very special guest, Hall of Famer to be, one of the greats ever to step on the pro hardwood, the one, the only, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
K-Hall, it's always great to see you, man.
So for the Lakers, their last game, a loss to the Spurs. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Yeah, the woodshed is what we call that. They annihilated them, simply had no answers for how to slow them down.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, the work ethic of Wolves coach Tom Thibodeau is very well known. Now, back in Chicago, Jimmy Butler would try to beat him to practice. But no matter how early Butler arrived, Tibbs was already there. Finally, Butler said, okay, forget it. I can't beat him, so I'm just going to run through a wall for him. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And Kevin, going back to your title team with the Celtics, do you think you realized at that time how special it was?
If I knew what I knew now, I would have tried to bottle.
Yeah, I know.
I would have tried to bottle as much as I could. Doc knew it. Doc Rivers knew it.
He did. He did know it, yes.
Doc Rivers knew it, and he knew it day one, and he knew that if we was going to be committed, we had to be the leaders of the commitment. It was going to be hard on the three of us. He was going to be very tough, but it made us who we are and it pushed us to another level.
It was like he was the perfect coach at the perfect time for the perfect threesome, right?
Seriously, man, because a lot of people, go to Phil and his style and how it worked for him, Michael and Scotty and that three with Rodman, and then him transferring and going to L.A. doing that with Kobe and Shaq and making that a dynasty. Doc Rivers had a whole nother style, and it was like a Chuck Daly kind of style. It was a bar kind of very, very firm, very physical, but in your face with class. We're going to knock you down, we ain't going to help you up, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
We're going to share the ball on offense, we're going to move it, we're going to have multiple players, we're going to attack for 48 minutes. Look, this is how we're going to play this game. He had a real style that was similar to some of those Detroit, some of those more tougher teams that you hear. That's the style that we practice with and we play with.
It showed. I mean, to have that, just like historically good. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ball is the point with KCP at his side. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. And it's James in at the small forward. He gets it in there. Kev, talk about the characteristics needed to be a winner in this league.
Appetite. How much do you want this? Can you push through that pain right there? Are you going to dive on the floor? Are you going to do the small things? Are you going to double down? Are you going to be in the spot where you're supposed to when you're supposed to be there? Know my bads. All this goes into winning. And then you need a little luck. You do. And you need an appetite. You need 15 guys that's willing to push through anything at any moment. That's the difficult part of winning.
On the same page.
On the same page, all 15 thinking the same thing.
That sounds daunting.
Listen, people think that, oh man, why can't you have 15? Because it's 15 guys thinking 15 totally different things. And that's the difficult part of being a coach. That's what I'm saying. Being a coach is one of the hardest things to be because you got to take 15 perspectives and get them all on one and then go forward with the same velocity like you want it. Trust me.
Shot to stop the run, and that's 2 points on the layup. James has got 5 points so far.
An almost perfect start to this game. 4 for 5. They're rolling.
Gibson with a screen on Ball. Kuzma against Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
Boy, that's a smart drive by Wiggins. That's reading the defense and making it happen.
And Kevin, terrific footwork. So critical for an elite big man to be great. It's like you can't be that big and that good and not have good footwork, right?
You know what? Part of being that good is that you have, good footwork.
Yes.
A lot of the counters, a lot of the post work, you're opening up, you having to use the backdoor. That's a certain way you got to open up to be able to get that shot off. If you're left-handed, you got to be able to do it both ways. It's very complex, but footwork is a big part of it. You have to have it. It's impeccable, and the ones that don't have it struggle.
Caldwell Pope for three, and another three for the Lakers.
Used to having a hand in his face, Caldwell Pope likes the challenge of making hard shots.
Okogie, he's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Towns, the screen, to the middle, and stolen by Kuzma. Now the Lakers on the break. James with the ball.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And you see the floor spacing that's in fashion these days in the league. Kevin, if you were just coming into the NBA right now, would you be more inclined to work on your three-point shot?
I think so. I think if you are a stretch 4, if you're a 3, or even if you're a 5 now, you have to be able to shoot the 3 consistently, whether it's in the corners or at the top. You have to be able to show that you can stick the 3 ball. I think a lot more small ball is going on now. I think a lot of teams are reverted to the Golden State speeding the pace up type of style now. If I was a rookie coming into the game, I would definitely have to have some confidence in shooting the 3 ball and some consistency in making it.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
See the stats for Lonzo Ball. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 7 assists and 7 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. Scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relayer of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility. One of my responsibilities of just being a professional and being ready to play.
Towns, the screen. Okogie, an easy layup after coming off the pick.
Of trickeration with that one, gets that one to go against the lip.
Trickeration, I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here's Towns following the basket by LeBron James. Okogie, good it is. This goes to Towns. He's got 5.
I guess Towns got a little bit of point guard in it. The big fella with a beautiful dime right there.
Lakers working the ball around now. And it's James missing. Minnesota leading by 3. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at them. Show them you can shoot from outside all night long.
And here is Gibson following Lonzo Ball's 3. Pass to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
Here's LeBron, and again it's the Lakers.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Teague against Ball. Teague can't hit.
The defense did not do a good job guarding that one, Kevin. Don't know how he missed that layup.
And you got to get out in front of James in transition. When you don't, he will punish you with that speed.
And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Minnesota. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Back right after this. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day, never take no days for granted.
His coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Minnesota.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Wiggins and Jang at the small forward and power forward spots. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Towns. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Rondo. He nails it, and we're tied up. Rondo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Kevin, your time with the Celtics, he had the big three. Big four, even when you consider Rajon Rondo. There had to be a leader. And I know you guys all deferred to Paul because he was there.
Yeah.
Without you guys.
But this is think about it though. We all shared in different types of leadership. Paul Pierce was a great leader in all that what you possess. I was more vocal and more energetic. Ray was more wise and more of wording and understanding of concept and what we were all there for, and constant reminding. You know, not to say that you didn't have some young ones buck back or whatever. It's part of it. In that whole thing, we're all learning something. We're all adjoining. We're all syncing each other, good and bad. We're learning how to talk through things that, you know what, you use in your everyday life. Things that we use in our locker room, we were able to take out of our own and use in our everyday life and communicate better and not be frustrated and let you go and hear your point and then hear it from your side. A lot of good points in what we did, man. Seriously.
Life things, too.
True growth. True growth when you really think about it, you know? True growth. Real
Amazing.
time.
Jang, a screen. Rose in the post. He's covered by Rondo. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Derrick Rose. And Kevin, what's it feel like when you hear you're one of the most dominant players of this generation in a generation of great players?
That's weird. That's weird to hear because, you know, you don't do anything by yourself.
Think of the names.
You know what? When you talk about stats and you talk about, you know, numbers, you put them up against, you know, previous and your peers, then yeah. But, you know, you got to always give homage to coaching styles. You got to always give homage to organizations, other players. You know, players make this league. This is not something you do by yourself. You come in here, you put your work in, but you know the camaraderie and the energy that you're able to get, the friendships, the bonds you're able to get in this. Now you have to get it to your teammates and your brothers that have helped you on the way.
You've always deferred. You've always said, yeah, thank you, but listen, look at this guy. Look at this coach.
It is, man. Seriously, man. I won MVP in 04. And it was more about the guys that I was playing with and our connection more than the award. I was kind of the symbol and the example of that team put together. And I hope that I was able to always be, the example of. I hope that I was able to always, have those guys to be proud of, what we all accomplished that year. Because, one person just don't come into that and do that. That's a team.
And Kevin, you were drafted back in 1995, straight out of high school. You ever wonder how your career might have been different had you played some college basketball?
When I look at college, those are people that are going to, if not prepare themselves for something else. I was doing the same thing at a rapid rate, doing it through college.
Very accelerated rate.
Very accelerated rate. Where people was getting in 4 years, I was probably getting in 6 months, if not 3 months, and had to understand and articulate it. Then I got to block out. I got to understand what all that is and how finance and economics work and how it affects me. And now I got to strategize for when I'm going to do certain business moves throughout this whole season and be able to talk to an owner and talk and negotiate and go back and forth within a certain timeline. This is all stuff that you don't get in a book. This is all on the ground. You got to learn it, and you got to have a passion for it. You can't sit back and let somebody do your job for you. You got to know what it is. But to be able to teach someone something is elite to me. So,
and it was a process, and you enjoyed the process, though, right? Because you were a sponge. You absorb so much as from a person watching you go through all this.
Yeah, I'm a student.
Yeah.
And you know me. You've been knowing me since I was a kid. You saw my growth. You saw when I struggled. One thing about struggle, you always have a chance to do something about that. I like to think that in life you have a choice. You can, it's what you do and how you do it. I've always wanted to be a person of quality. I always wanted to be a person of class, you know that. And I'm a professional, and I was taught that you don't get to pick and choose when you're a professional. And I like to think that I've learned through my mistakes and have applied the stuff that I've learned through my mistakes. Some of the things I'm teaching these young guys, some of the things I'm talking to these young guys about is just simple experiences and how I messed up. And if I can do it over, I would do it like this. And if I could talk to, my parents, and I had parents like your parents, I would sit down and I would say this. Relating to these young guys, understanding these young guys, understanding, period, says a lot for everything, bro. That's what I've learned through all of this.
Unbelievable. And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG is always great, and thank you. Giving us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
K-Hall, man, I hope I was able to help, man. Thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And Clark, it's amazing. KG was the alpha dog as a player, and he just continues to carry that with him. That's who he is.
And, I think that's who he will always be, too, Kevin. Seemed like he had the attributes of being a leader and grew into that even more as he was mentored by guys like Sam Mitchell and others. So he's the kind of guy with his personality, his charisma, his work ethic that others find it easy to look up to.
They play the clock right. They go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Wiggins kicks to Tolliver to the inside. Here's Jang, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. If you've got an open look from deep, let it go. You've got to play freely and with confidence.
There's Wiggins, plenty of space, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it's another basket for Wiggins, Kevin. Impossible to cool off. He's got every chamber filled tonight.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I'll tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Lakers ahead. They lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Here with Andrew Wiggins. Andrew, for you personally, a great first half. You really got to the rim a lot of times. What are you seeing out there?
Just a mindset to attack the rim early, try to mark my presence.
We certainly saw you in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 18 points and 1 assist. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, their playmakers are showing up tonight, seeing the court well, moving the basketball. That's why they had so many assists in the first half. And they're not just relying on ISO plays to generate points.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the three. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the three. Rick Fox, B. Shaw, and Big Chop, Bob for three. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Greg, simply spectacular. I mean, the defense just hasn't been able to find an answer for his outside shot.
Clark, there's so many versatile players in the NBA right now, and of course it aids in switching with guys having to guard multiple positions.
No doubt about it, partner. And you think about some of the highest quality defenders that are versatile. I mean, Draymond Green comes to the top of the list because he plays 1 through 5. Goodness. Wow. Bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Teague for 3, buries it from 3-point range. Teague's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
The Timberwolves trail. Down low. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. Here's McGee. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Timberwolves passing it around. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. And it's 13 points for Teague.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer and another basket for the Lakers.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Gibson the screen. Gibson with the screen on Caldwell Pope. He used that pick just right. He's got 9.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Here's LeBron, and he uses the glass on the layup. James has got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Rondo drives in. Jeff Teague with the rebound.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Here's James and the rejection by Town. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Yep, it counts. Wiggins has got 22.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling. And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
An exceptional offensive rebounder. Gibson seems to have an uncanny ability to get to the right position on the glass.
It's stolen by Rondo. Here's LeBron, and the dunk by James. Lakers.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
That one good for 2. Wiggins has got 4 points now in the quarter. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
McGee, the pass to LeBron, gets the three-pointer to fall.
Timeout.
He's got 29 points.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Teams will make substitutions. Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. Karl Anthony Towns, 4th.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Minnesota leading by 3.
You know, we're over a year now into the Magic era of the Lakers front office, and Magic showed no hesitation shaking things up with trades, and I think he also did a solid job in the draft as well.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that grade with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Out of hand on it.
Ball size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
Stolen by Ball. And they're moving it up. And LeBron throws it down.
And when James gets going, there's no stopping him. Just a dynamite scorer who feels he can get any shot he wants.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the 3rd quarter so far. There's the lob to Towns. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And defensively, you've got to be on the lookout for this. I mean, Towns gets up in a hurry now.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Minnesota.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten down in transition.
Free throw good, LeBron.
And really, even at this stage of his career, James just seems ageless. He continues to dominate night in and night out.
Screen by Jones. Teague against Ball. Teague kicks to Towns. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
We know he can score from outside too, but close to the hoop is where Towns makes his living.
Count that one. 36 points for LeBron.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
There's a good screen. Passes it to Jang. Puts it up from 15. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Jang. Towns has got 8 points in the quarter.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
And now here comes Jones leading the break, and the layup is good. Jones has got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
Terrific awareness from the savvy point guard. Jeff Teague is excellent at getting the ball to the open man.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot's good from LeBron.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect them to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plan.
Stolen by Ball. Zubac's the basketball. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Ball showing you some nice physicality and strength there, Kevin. And you've got to have confidence in yourself to be able to draw fouls and play through contact like that.
And it's tied up with that one. 9 seconds left in the third. Got a piece of it. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Poked away. Tie game in Minnesota. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. They've got Wiggins. Gorgie Dang is out there with Anthony Tolliver. Then it's Jones. And it's Rose in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Jones kicks to Zhang. Zhang, a screen. At balls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his 7th assist here tonight. Timeout called the Lakers.
Andrew Wiggins, I think this guy has a chance to really be a star. He clearly is a centerpiece for the Timberwolves since they acquired him in the Kevin Love trade with the Cavaliers. He's got all of the physical tools to be an elite player at both ends. The only question mark has been the consistency of his motive. Does he really want to be great and put in the work to do so?
And the Lakers making a change here. Beasley's checked in. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Rose against Ball. Shot clock at 5, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And with the Timberwolves bringing in Tom Thibodeau and these hard-nosed veterans, the culture shifting in Minnesota, Clark, is so evident.
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. And I think you've got tremendous role models for Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler in particular, trying to bring out the best in him. And that's not always easy, nor is it always comfortable. It's a tough balancing act. And sometimes veterans can wear you out with the lectures, but Jimmy's example is what I think is going to help Wiggins the most.
Beasley with the steal. Here's Ingram, and again it's the Lakers. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Here's Ball, and another three for the Lakers.
Yeah, you know, it's a quirky release. There's no denying that. But he's a reliable shooter and scorer from the perimeter. Lonzo Ball making it happen.
There's the screen. Here's Wiggins, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wiggins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a hard-fought battle, and neither team able to create any distance.
Yeah, keeping things interesting, and that's how we like it as broadcasters. I mean, you feel that one of these teams, though, is going to go on a run quite soon.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Jones, the pass to Rose. And again, it's Minnesota.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ballgame. Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Both teams will make substitutions. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Lakers lead by 2.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And for that Raptors game, you know they're going to want to make a statement in that contest. Taking down the top team in the East could definitely turn some heads.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And you can just see the confidence level growing with each shot that he's made. That's now 5 of 5 here in the fourth.
And guys, in that case, his teammates should really just keep getting him the ball until he misses or cools off. Because right now, he's got it going.
On the wing, Wiggins. It's tipped. Caldwell Pope right side. And counted. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's just outstanding focus on these hard finishes. I mean, Caldwell Pope fighting the score through contact and making it happen.
Minnesota making some changes. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Jang, and it's Teagan for Derrick Rose. And the Lakers also making a switch. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Beasley.
Kentavious Caldwell Pope, his defensive quickness sets him apart.
Timberwolves trail by 9. They get a hand on it. Wiggins, a screen on Ball. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
And, you know, this is the time to do it. Sinking triple after triple. And it ends up becoming contagious.
Minnesota calls timeout. With social media providing instantaneous news, Clark players have to really watch what they say now before they hit the send button.
Yeah, you got to pause before you peck, and you got to pause before you post. That's one of the things I would tell.
Well said. Well said.
That's what I would tell guys when I was talking about this landscape that they're in. Heavily scrutinized, and to the NBA players' credit, they've done a great job with social media. They're very visible, they're very accessible, they're well connected to the community through their platforms, but you do have to exercise some caution in how you go about your social media profile.
for our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Timberwolves trail by 10. Okay, time now for an injury report. Now an update on LeBron from David Aldridge. What'd you find out, David?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Lakers about his status, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Free throw drops for James. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, and it's Ball, that time on the assist by Caldwell Pope. And that's now 20 points for Lonzo Ball. Here's T. On the wing, Wiggins. Puts one up from 19. That's good on the jump shot. Wiggins has got 40 points.
You know, every year Wiggins continues to grow in his understanding of the game, recognizing when not to shoot and also when to shoot.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Lakers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And in what should be an exciting 4-game season series between these two teams, they have to feel great about taking this first one against Minnesota.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
And you know what stood out to me, Kevin, was his confidence. I mean, he was taking a lot of good shots and knocking them all down.
Rebound by JaVale McGee. The Lakers controlling the game. And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Teague with a clean look. Connects from three-point range.
Well, you know what, Kevin? If I'm the coach, I'm calling Teague's number every chance I get. I mean, he's in a zone right now.
LeBron is doubled. From deep. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Good on the three-point shot. And the Lakers lead by 21.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
Drops in the tray.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And, Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, LeBron. We know it's a game of runs. How did you withstand their run to get back to the lead?
Just try to keep attacking, try to get to the free throw line, stop the clock, put pressure on their defense, and just try to keep as much pressure on them as possible. You know, this is the new season, and we came in and took care of the job on the road, and hopefully we continue to get better.
Long season ahead. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.